Reminder to subscribe if you haven't already, and check out the guild and the Discord while you're down there. Hello people, and welcome back to News Review. This week, exciting stuff. The second half of Starburst Pulses is getting their power release, but before that there is also a new guild card, so let's get right into it. First off is the new guild card, obviously some returning guild cards as well. All these actually are kind of bad, except, Tiffany's okay, like Machina, but none of these cards I've actually seen used that much, so don't really have to worry about them. You can just get, like, them by rating, get one of them. They're rating characters, that's quite good. The new guild card, however, is Kazuki, Earth Machina CD7. It's quite good. Extend boost movement time to 15 seconds, and Machina's Ignore Initial Shield and Fixed Combo Shield. You get combo count plus 5 if all the Machinas in the team have 100% fuel. You get combo count plus 15. This actually is, yeah, you get 15 instead of 5. I thought it was additive, it's actually not. There are a couple cards that ignore Puzzle Shield. A lot of them are collab exclusive though, as signified by this purple circle right here. There are only two cards that are not, which is Pompeii and the new Metazord card in the Evoking Shop, I believe that's what it's called. But yeah, if you don't have any of these, and he is the first Earth Machina card to do this, so he's special in that regard as well. In terms of Machina cards that ignore Initial Shield, a lot of them are also collab exclusive. Some of them aren't really like real members, such as the example of like the Gurren Lagann cards, because some of them are combination skills, some of them just are the 5-card combination, which obviously you're not going to be bringing them as members. You have the, I forget what this card is called from the story. This card is quite good. You have Lilith, and then you have the this card that I haven't seen used as well, ever. But Kazuki has both these effects, which are kind of rare in Machinas. Quite good. Moving right along to not these cards, but to the Diamond Seal cards next. You'll also get some of these cards just by reaching guild scores. And there'll also be a new transmigration of the Storm family to get extra items. That's fine. Hopefully you get diamonds by clearing that as well. That's really all I care about, since you can farm these items just by doing the stages that are there already. Alright, moving on to the actual main part, which is the second part of Starburst Pulse's PR. First off, starting with Ophiuchus, I am pleased to say he seems to be very good, probably, like, he may have the same heights as he once did. Ophiuchus was once extremely broken for his time. I think they've done him really solid with his PR. He still does the whole Starburst Pulses, Elf and God team kind of setup. This is very easy to get by dissolving runestones of the members' attributes. You get extra attack times 5.5 with a very easy condition to meet. For his team skill, he works off being basically having Ophiuchus on leader and ally. It changes his leader skill to become better. You get Enchanted Trail, and the more steps moved, you get higher attack. This could potentially be countered by the new kind of step shield, where you're limited to a certain amount of steps before the enemy forcibly ends your runestone movement. So you may not get to 50 steps there, but I don't think that's particularly significant. You get 6 seconds of regardless runestone movement time on each side, which gets you like 12 seconds on each side, which is really nice. And then Elves HP basic value plus 2,000 to just help them along with basically getting enough HP in relation to other races. You ignore Electrify, you ignore Sticky, you ignore Burning. You also have God Trail, and then also Race Runestone Trail, because this kind of contradicts itself. It's kind of weird. Modify the runestones touch while moving to become God runestones, and also modify the runestones touch while moving to become runestones of the corresponding member's race in each column. So you just get race runestones no matter what, really. I'm not sure why they had to specify the first point. Heart has the effect of all attributed runestones. Runestones of Starburst Pulses members have the effect of each other. They said that twice. Well, actually, okay, runestones of attributes and runestones of races. So Basically, you just get a lot of effect out of one runestone because you also have race runestones. The best way to formulate this kind of team would be to bring mainly, I think, a lot of Starburst Pulses members because then you have everything has the effect of everything, apart from Heart, of course, which is either an advantage or disadvantage. He does not have any recovering without recovery kind of effects, which is one bummer because he can't, solve the inbuilt like anti-recovery shield by himself. But having only Heart as your recovery does actually allow you to solve anti-recovery because then you won't accidentally do too much recovery. Normally, though, he'll probably need some help if he needs to recover a lot without having actual Heart runestones to help him along. This last point is quite special. The more kinds of race runestones dissolved, the more of the following effects will be triggered. If you dissolve one or more kinds, team attack times 2.5. Two or more kinds, you ignore anti-runestone shield, duet, trio, quartet, and quintet elemental shield. And if you dissolve three or more kinds, combo count plus 10. This is really excellent, especially because he just gets these race runestones, and you're not even affected by anti-conversion shields because I believe this is modifying, not conversion. So you just get the race trail, even if the enemy stops you from converting, which means you'll probably get these effects off every single time if you bring, uh, you know, two other races other than gods, because Ophiuchus is an earth god. Just get all these. This team comp is honestly really solid. Like, just having all the basic ignoring stuff plus the extra stuff with dissolving race runestones is really good. The only potential downfall I see is when you can't bring enough Starburst Pulses members, then your attack will drop off quite a bit because then not everything will have the effect of everything anymore. He also has an extra team skill with Mitty and Marble, which is one of the small prizes they like Beast. They get an stat boost of 1.6 all around of HP attack and recovery. Moving on to his actives, CD6 for his first active, explode the board to generate all types of runestones of fixed numbers. And if your team only has Starburst Pulses members, you explode the board to generate a fixed board of basically fixed positions as well, so you don't have to spin it yourself. For his second active is CD7. This is basically reminiscent of his old active. You get Time Tunnel for 15 seconds. And if the team has only Starburst Pulses members, gods, or elves, team attack times 3, and you ignore initial shield as well. This is quite good. Ignoring initial shield is fairly rare amongst gods. But there are also like a lot of gods, especially dark gods, that can do that. So I'm not even gonna pull up that chart right now. But yeah, very solid card. They give him the second active fixed boards. Like even if you have to spin them, if you have to spin them, they're less good. But if it's fixed numbers and it's the same as the fixed board that he will have, when specific conditions are met in the second point, it's still really good. Fixed boards are never bad. Time Tunnel will enable you to actually spin that board in the case that you need to, if your whole team are not Starburst Pulses members. Honestly, from what the writing is right here, barring like significant like damage numbers or HP numbers not meeting the standard, which I don't think they will because the multipliers are quite enough here. Uh, Easily 175 diamonds, very solid. They've done the recent PRs have been quite solid. Ophiuchus hopefully will be able to return to his former glory as a top tier leader. Moving on to the other three small prizes, starting with Mitty and Marble, the card that has a team skill with Ophiuchus. This will be a like Beast CD6, release lock skills of Starburst Pulses members and Beasts, turn the columns below Starburst Pulses members and Beasts into runestones of the members' attribute and race in each column. And if your team only has Starburst Pulses or Beasts, those runestones will become enchanted as well. If the members you have are not Starburst Pulses members or Beasts, then the columns below them will become Heart Moonstones. Solid card for 5 diamonds. Do I have the thing that's Beast cards that can unlock here? Nope. Well, Beast cards have like quite a few unlocking, but not that many that can unlock for the whole team. This is also a Starburst Pulses unlocker, which will be useful in an Ophiuchus team. So solid 5 diamonds, nothing special, but quite a good card. Moving on to Auriga, can't say the same for him. Fire God, CD1. It's not really CD1. He's an accumulated battle rounds card. When you accumulate up to 8 rounds, you get damage received minus 100%. Uh, and when you have him over 8 rounds, or 8 or over rather, Starburst pulses and fire members attack and recovery times 2. And when you activate him, his counting halves instead of completely depleting. Absolute trash card, in my opinion. The only reason you would bring him is to satisfy the fire slot in Ophiuchus, I'm pretty sure, since there are no other fire members. I might be misspeaking. I don't remember like what all the small prizes are in Starburst Pulses, but according to my memory, he is the only fire card. Uh, Damage reduction is fine, especially 100% damage reduction, but the startup basically is you have, this is essentially CD8 minus 100% damage, and that's just way too slow, you know? Uh, Very slow card for today's standards. You wouldn't bring him in any other team, really, because of that skill. He's really only useful in Ophiuchus, and even then, we need him for for Ophiuchus' team skill and not his own active. Kind of a trash card. Draco, Earth Dragon, has gotten a really much better active skill. CD6, the first dragon with the highest attack from the left, launches 4 extra attacks of Water, Fire, and Light respectively, as much as 50% of its attack. Also launches 2 extra dark attacks, and recovery will lower to 0. This is a attack booster. The skill stays in play until no attack is launched by that dragon. Works extremely well with Novelist. This card was designed to work with Novelist from the beginning. This makes it so much better as well. Dragon cards that can do quintet attack, there's presently only one apart from this card. This is a bi-weekly card. Just this card will make Novelist so much better. Just even if you don't need to do a quintet attack, his damage will just skyrocket with this card. So extremely good in dragon teams. And for dragon cards that can reduce recovery to 0, there have been 3 previously. I forgot to put a purple circle on this guy. Sorry, this is from the Digimon collab. The first 2 cards here, though, are OCs. There is a previous Earth card that can do this already. But why wouldn't you want to have this attack boosting effect? It's just that good. So yeah, overall, I'm quite happy with the PR of Starburst Pulses. I think Ophiuchus will be great. I mean, you can't make bad cards good, right? But yeah, Ophiuchus is really nice. I look forward to using him. For the celebration events, we have basically the stuff I already talked about. You have the guild mission, you got the new translocation, you got a new challenge mission, which will provide you with a free Starburst Pulses pull. Quite nice. And of course, the Diamond Seal itself will be coming back. The futures will be guaranteed for 30 draws instead of 35. I'm still on the fence as to whether you should actually pull for this if you're a new player. I'll have to see, real gameplay to determine that. But if you have a Fuchsius, definitely evolve him. He is, from what I can see right now, a very solid leader. For these returning ultimate stages, that's right. That's why I put them on the first slide here. Shudda is a fire demon that's essentially useless. I don't remember his skill. I don't remember ever seeing him. I think when I looked him up briefly, he ignores burning, but that's not really useful nowadays because everyone can already ignore burning in their team skill. That's why I put him like halfway in the trash over here. Same can be said for Wenqi and Wuqi. Very nice fire god that can do a stat clear. Also, you can get 500 souls from doing the achievement. Very nice. New side story stages for the new. Actually, I'm not even sure what these cards, like these stages, correspond to. Actually, I'm not sure what these stages correspond to in terms of their cards, but extra diamonds are extra diamonds, so very nice. The rest of the events are old; they're already ongoing. So that's it for this week's news review. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments down below. And if you like this in general, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya!